Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the 23-24 school year. I am so genuinely excited to welcome you all back for what is sure to be an amazing Midland Public Schools year. As noted in my welcome back letter, which I'm sure you all read from top to bottom, I am grateful and so proud to serve as your interim superintendent and work alongside you in service to our students, our families, and our entire school community. I recognize that we are experiencing a leadership change, and that change can be challenging for some of us as individuals and for us as an organization. And at the same time, it can be full of excitement, renewal, and possibility. While I've interacted with many of you over my last 15 years here at Midland Public Schools, some of you I don't know yet. Please know that I look forward to connecting with you throughout the school year. I understand that trust is having belief and confidence in someone's intentions, integrity, and abilities, and that it happens over time through relationships and partnership. I look forward to growing trusting, inclusive, collaborative, and productive relationships with you, and I'll be back later this morning to talk more about how we will move forward together. Right now, I want to launch us into a morning of celebration and gratitude and recognition. Team, Midland Public Schools is an exceptional school district because we have exceptional people like you serving our students and working together. Thank you for showing up and giving your best to our students, to our families, and to one another. One really beautiful aspect of this morning is that we are all gathered together and we can really show our appreciation for one another. I'm about to make one of the big mistakes of public speaking where I'm going to list groups of people because, you know, if you forget someone, they let you know. But it's worth it because I want you to know that I see you and I appreciate you. So thank you to our teachers, our special services staff, our paraprofessionals, counselors, FIS, BIS, our SEL specialists, our learning coaches, our IB and PYP coordinators, our student support specialists, and our administrators. Thank you for your dedication and your service. We are so glad you're here today. A special thank you to our team members who perform really important functions, but often behind the scenes. They really make school, teaching and learning possible. We are so glad to welcome our team members from the Transportation Department. Give us a wave when I see you. Transportation Department, Grounds and Maintenance, Business Office, our Human Resources Department. They're small but mighty. Our Technology Department. Oh, all right. Our Food Service team, and of course our administrative assistants and office professionals. You all give your best every day to make Midland Public Schools an exceptional place. Thank you so much. Another reason that MPS is so wonderful is because we have a strong Board of Education and long-standing community partnerships. Please help me welcome our board members who are here with us today. We have President Scott McFarland in the back. Secretary John Hatfield. Trustee Ann Horowitz, and Trustee Jennifer Ringgold. Thank you for your service to our district, and thank you to those board members who couldn't be with us today, Trustee Brad Blasey, Vice President Phil Rausch, and Treasurer John Lauterbach. I mentioned partnerships, and it's important that we honor two special supporters, Lisa Gerstacker and Bill Schutte from the Roland M. Gerstacker Foundation. And yes, I don't think Bill, does anyone see Bill? I don't think he made it this morning. So neither of them could be with us, but I want you to know that their longstanding support of our district, especially through the Gerstacker Excellence in Teaching Awards and the Distinguished Service Awards, are deeply appreciated. So let's move forward together with these wonderful moments of celebration and recognition. Our Distinguished Service Award. The MPS Board of Education established the Distinguished Service Award in 2002 because they understand the valuable contributions made by support staff throughout the district. A quality educational system can occur only when members of the team work together in service to our students and school community. Each year, deserving members of our support staff are honored with the Distinguished Service Award, and here are this year's winners.
Good morning, everyone. Our first Distinguished Service Award recipient comes from the Technology Department. They join 7 other technology members that have received this award over the past 20 years. This person is a key member of the technology team and has both great customer service skills and a very well-rounded knowledge of both technology in general and how the district functions, which is a key to being able to support the district. From the nominations received, there is a common theme. This person, quote, always goes above and beyond with expert knowledge, a helpful nature, kindness, and a smile. This person shows up to work every day with nothing short of their A game. This person, quote, is kind, patient, detail-oriented, thoughtful, intelligent, funny, determined, and has a great work ethic. This person, quote, is a highly skilled and experienced professional who consistently exceeds expectations. This recipient joined the technology team in 2017. She came to us from St. John's Public Schools as a systems engineer and has collaborated on and led many initiatives here in her time. She has been instrumental in implementing access control and door security, printers, server management, Team Dynamics, which is our help desk system, and Canvas. Most recently, she has been the project manager for both ongoing Synergy and Munis implementations. I know that I can speak for the entire technology team when I say that I can't think of anyone more deserving of being recognized than Traci. I am extremely grateful that she is a member of our team and proud of all that she has accomplished in her time here. Please join me in congratulating this very deserving recipient of the 2023 Distinguished Service Award, Traci Chamberlain.
Congratulations. Come on. Just smile. Wait, don't leave. Come on. We're going to get a picture.
Good morning, Midland Public Schools staff. Welcome back for the 2023-2024 school year. My name is Matt Murphy, and I'm an assistant principal at Dow High School. I'm really excited to be here today to honor a member of our Dow High team as one of the district-wide Distinguished Service Award winners. This recipient is an absolute asset to the building, and I couldn't be happier to have the opportunity to speak on their behalf. There are many adjectives that staff members use to describe this individual. Welcoming, kind, attentive, organized, empathetic, calm. These are just a small handful of the qualities that this person encompasses. In looking through the nominations and seeing what this person's peers had to say, there's so many amazing things that represent these exact qualities we just talked about. Here's a few of them. Always has time for students, paras, and countless teachers and subs. Always friendly and calm, even on the most stressful days. That makes one of us. Makes your work environment a better place. Phenomenal presence in the office. Wears many hats, but manages to do it all so efficiently. checks in on staff, asks how they can help. This one's probably one of my favorites. A prime example on how all employees of a school can make a difference in students' lives through positive connections and relationships. Speaking personally, this award recipient welcomed me to Dow High School immediately and made me feel at home as a team member on day one, all the way back in August of 2018. They know exactly how to keep me moving when I'm stressed, which is often, helps me all the time, keeps me organized and everybody organized, and always gives me a laugh, especially when they know I need one. And let's be real, this person knows they run the show here. Everyone knows it. And she'll deflect because of her humility and grace, but she deserves every ounce of this. I could not do what I do without her, and I hope I never have to. She's an absolute rock for the building and an absolute gem of a human. Lynn Burns, congratulations on your 2023 Distinguished Service Award. Get up here and get some hugs.
Hello. It is my pleasure to introduce one of this year's recipients of the Distinguished Service Award. This person serves as a paraprofessional in our special education department. They work one-on-one with a student with significant academic and social needs at Midland High School. They serve as a conduit between the home and the school. Maintaining positive relationships is essential to this person. She moved to the United States in 1995, raised two daughters, both chemic graduates, which she loves very much. She holds a bachelor's degree in dance and taught dance all of her life. She is an award-winning choreographer and teacher, and is currently working on a book that teaches young dancers how to dance using her original art. She loves to work in her gardens at home while her beloved Shih Tzu, Billy, looks on. She enjoys visiting her extended family in Russia almost every year. She started working as a multilingual tutor in 2010. This person takes great pride in the level of empathy and love she shows individual students in the school. Many, not just the ones she's assigned to. Students know and trust her because they know she genuinely cares about them. Olga goes out of her way to help teachers and staff members when she has time, whether assisting with students in those classes, helping with paperwork, lesson preparation, and clerical support. Everything Olga does is a representation of chemic pride. She truly believes in fostering an inclusive culture. Please help me congratulate Miss Olga Mulvaney as this year's Distinguished Service Award recipient.
I missed my cue. friends. Wasn't that fun? We have one more special Distinguished Service Award. Please help me welcome Associate Superintendent Brian Brutin to give out our final DSA.
Thank you, Penny, and good morning, MPS staff. As Penny said, my name is Brian Brutin. I am very proud to serve as the Associate Superintendent of Finance, Facilities, and Operations, and I am honored this morning to be able to announce a 2023 Distinguished Service Award recipient. One of the very special things about the Distinguished Service Awards is that they often highlight individuals that work behind the scenes to ensure our staff, our students, and our stakeholders receive the quality experiences that MPS is known to deliver. They don't often get the spotlight, and in this case, this recipient deserves to have that light pointed at him for the next few minutes. Here are just a few of the many comments that this DSA recipient's colleagues mentioned in their nomination. Quote, "He is the ideal candidate for the Distinguished Service Award. His amazing work is obvious from the moment you step foot in the building. It is one of the cleanest and best maintained buildings in the district, and that all comes down to his pride in the facility. Every time I send him a list of what needs to get set up, before I can get back to him asking if he needs help, it's done. Nothing ever seems to faze him. His presence at MPS events is always very calm. It creates a welcoming environment for every community member who steps foot in the venue. Most people in MPS do not see his work since he works in a separate building, but he is one of the best employees in this district. Under his guidance, students have performed better than ever. He pulled Midland Public Schools into the 21st century by setting up a way for families to get digital programs into reserved seating. He is just a fantastic person to work with. It would be hard for me to sum it up better than did a writer for the Midland Center for the Arts when they wrote an article this spring to honor him for participation in his 100th production. The author stated, "He is a self-proclaimed jack of all trades, master of none. But when it comes to technical theater, anyone who has collaborated with him knows this to be an understatement." We are lucky to have his sought-after artistry in our community, not only here at the Center for the Arts, but also in our school system, leading the next generation of technicians as they discover their craft. I couldn't agree more. Please help me in congratulating the 2023 Distinguished Service Award recipient, Mr. J.R. Bornemann.
Traci, I owe you that, Mom. It's just sitting there waiting for you. All right, that was super fun. We're now ready for the next part of our celebration, which is the 23 Gerstacker Excellence in Teaching Awards. We are really excited to reveal our Gerstacker Award recipients here together today, and I am thrilled to introduce our colleague and MCEA President, Mark Hackbarth, to honor our Gerstacker winners.
Good morning. For those who don't know me, or as Penny just introduced me, I'm Mark Hackbarth, Jefferson teacher, great to see all the red over there, and president of the Midland City Education Association. Like seemingly every recent school year, this year brings many new changes. For some of us, it's new curricula, new job assignments. There's new principals, assistant principals, and downtown administrators. And for this year, a new interim superintendent. And I, for one, am very happy to see a little more diversity at the top of our district. So, welcome, Connie. And the addition of 47, maybe 48 now, new hires to the MPS family, one of the largest groups in recent history. But one thing that has not changed is the Gerstacker Excellence in Teaching Award, an award that is given each year to 4 amazing MPS administrators, 2 at the elementary level, 2 at the secondary level. The Gerstacker Excellence in Teaching Award, which is sponsored by the Carl and Esther Gerstacker Donor Advised Fund, began in 1956 and is widely recognized in our community as the most prestigious honor given to a professional educator. Near the end of last school year, nominations were collected from parents, fellow colleagues, and students. Over the summer, the Gerstacker Committee met to select this year's winners. I would like to take a moment to thank the Gerstacker family for their continued support, without which this award would not be possible. I would also like to thank the Gerstacker Award Committee, Board of Education member John Lauterbach, MPS Administrator Keith Seibert, 2022 award recipient Tanya Lambert, and the MCA Professional Standards Chair Amy Guzman. A special thank you goes to the Executive Secretary Sarah Dooley for the behind-the-scenes work that helps to make it all happen. It's now time to reveal the first of this year's Gerstacker Excellence in Teaching Award winners. We'll begin with a video introduction of the first recipient.
Good morning. My name is Traci Renfro, and I am the principal of Adams Elementary School. I am also the past principal of Chestnut Hill Elementary. I am honored to present a prestigious Gerstacker Award. But before I begin, I would like to extend my thanks to the Gerstacker family for continuing to make this event possible. Celebrating our amazing teachers is a wonderful way to begin the school year as we gather to discover who will be honored. As a principal, the main task in presenting this award is not what to present, but instead figuring out how to present. Should there be singing, dancing, or the amazing building staff performing a skit? Although those ideas seemed fascinating and a chance to really show off our talented staff, I realized that talking about what teachers truly are would be the direction to go. Teachers are heroes. Like heroes, they are believed to possess 8 traits, which are called the Great 8. These traits are smart, strong, resilient, selfless, caring, charismatic, reliable, and inspiring. The values and virtues they possess include courage, fortitude, selflessness, honesty, compassion, sincerity, wisdom, and tenacity. All words that describe today's Gerstacker Award winner. Everyone knows that teachers are natural polymaths and possess an arsenal of superpowers that are, quite frankly, gobsmacking. Legendary heroes, including this teacher, belong to a princely group and transcend ordinary people in skill, strength, and courage. They are usually born to their role and live by a personal code of honor. Like heroes, this teacher accepts challenge and is surrounded by noble peers. So who is this superhero? Is it Superman, Wonder Woman, Supergirl, Spider-Man, the Wasp, or Captain America? Well, I can tell you that this person does not display the traits of wall climbing, night vision, gravity control, cold resistance, or animal imitation, but this person is a superhero among superheroes. It is evident that this honoree is truly dedicated to students. I will share a few items with you in regards to what colleagues and parents stated during their nominations. One parent wrote, "This teacher personally understands and cares for all students and their well-being. This teacher goes out of their way for all students every day. They also have become someone I can contact if I have questions, and they always respond with helpful advice. This teacher is a wonderful person." Another parent shared, "This teacher is an inspiration, and I feel so lucky to have had them as my child's teacher. From the moment we met, it was clear they were passionate about the work and committed to helping every student in the classroom succeed. This teacher's incredible empathy and compassion are the things I most appreciate about them. This teacher creates a safe, nurturing environment where students feel comfortable and supported. They use positive reinforcement and encouragement to help build student confidence and self-esteem. never hesitating to offer a listening ear or a comforting word when needed by students and parents. A third parent said it best. The best trait of this teacher is their heart. The love of teaching and the love of all students shows in the classroom from year to year, as I have seen with having had 2 children in this teacher's classroom. Nominations from colleagues included the following. I have witnessed the countless hours this teacher dedicates to students' academic and social emotional well-being. They are always open to trying new strategies with struggling students and at the same time continuing to push students that are excelling. This teacher shows patience, kindness, and compassion, always putting other students' needs before her own. This teacher is so loving, gentle, and inclusive with all students. They see every student as an individual and take every student's needs and teach them from their strengths. Another colleague shared, this teacher is student-centered with an emphasis on meeting students where they are to foster growth and progress. This teacher celebrates each and every student's success, no matter how small. This teacher always has a smile and has said many times, my classroom is my happy, safe place. I am a better teacher because I have this person as a colleague. This teacher is so deserving of this award and recognition. Although this teacher did not attend the University of Superheroes, they did earn a Bachelor of Science degree from Central Michigan University and a Master of Education degree from Mary Grove College. This teacher was hired by MPS in 2004 after teaching in Bridgeport and Saginaw. The initial evaluation of educator performance noted, this teacher is a reflective teacher and always keeps the best interest of students in mind. This teacher possesses a hard work ethic and a wonderful sense of humor. High expectations for students and this teacher's professional presence with staff have been an excellent addition to our building. As the previous administrator for this teacher, I am most proud of how this superhero treats each child, parent, and colleague with respect and how they work their hardest to help them all achieve success. This teacher is not a bird, not a plane, but a superhero and a chipmunk. It is my pleasure to introduce 2023 Gerstacker winner, Mrs. Cassie Kramer. Superhero Cassie Kramer, you are truly making a positive difference in the lives of our students, and it is a privilege to join with the Midland Public Schools family in honoring you today. Congratulations.
Teachers are the true heroes. Sometimes to see our heroes, you need to be quiet, watching deliberately, and then you start to notice the attention to detail, each of the careful choices, the way that students are lifted up, encouraged, challenged, loved, and taught. Today we're talking about that type of hero. My name is Scott Cochran, principal at Dow High School. However, I'm here before you today in my former role as Adams Elementary principal. We're here to talk about a Gerstacker winning Adams teacher. And before I go any further, allow me to take a moment to thank the Gerstacker family for joining us today. Thank you. We appreciate all that you do to support and recognize our MPS teachers, so thank you very much. Now, when this teacher applied to teach with us, she stated, I will act as a facilitator of learning so that my students may become active learners instead of passive ones. and this remains a hallmark of her classroom today. This teacher's students are active, empowered, challenged, questioned, and allowed to grow, inspired to act, guided to acquire new skills. I'm reminded of a conversation with a parent. He was concerned. He had had multiple children in her classroom over the years, but each of his children were different from the other, and he could not see how the approach he had with his oldest would work with the others. What he came back to tell me later was all of his students thrived as she adapted and adjusted to meet their individual needs. What more can you ask for as a parent or as an educator? In her MPS application, this teacher included a letter of support from a parent, and she said, "She is tough on my son and expects his best work. She challenges him to express himself, be more self-confident. And when he feels down, she gently picks him up, she dusts him off, and she points him in the right direction. We are blessed to have her in our lives." Well, amen to that. We are blessed to have her in our lives indeed. We know that in education we've had many challenges over the last several years, and this teacher pivoted, adapted, and adjusted to lift up her students. She pays attention to social emotional learning needs first, so she can move her students forward academically. Her morning meetings, her courageous conversations with students, and her thoughtful support of all students is beautiful to behold. Now, this award winner is certainly a master teacher. She understands her curriculum, she is a thorough planner and inspiring champion of her students, and she is a leader on her grade level team and within our building. Additionally, as a building leader, she mentors new teachers, she enthusiastically creates experiences for her students, and she is a listening ear when other teachers are struggling or need support. She is also an incredibly valuable voice of reason and a sounding board for me. Personally, I look forward to working with her every day. Now, what is her history? This steak and shake waitress graduated from Indiana University and then went on to Central Michigan for her master's. She started teaching in second grade here at Adams in 1992, hired by Ray Fryer. She came back to Adams in 2008 to teach fifth grade, where she continues to do a great job today. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our winner of the Gerstacker Award in Teaching Excellence, my friend, Stacie. Stacie.
Good morning, Midland Public Schools staff. Today we gather here to celebrate an extraordinary individual, a beacon of inspiration and knowledge, whose dedication to the pursuit of excellence in education has left an indelible mark on the lives of countless students. Throughout this Gerstacker winner's illustrious career, they have exemplified the qualities of a masterful educator. Their commitment to nurturing the minds of young learners, igniting the flames of curiosity, and fostering a love for learning has set them apart as an exceptional teacher and leader. Each day in the classroom, this teacher has proven that the path to excellence lies in the unwavering belief in the potential of every student. This Gerstacker winner's career is more of a marathon and not a sprint. It began long, long ago at Central Michigan University, where, as a student, this teacher worked tirelessly on his studies, graduating summa cum laude. Shortly after student teaching at Woodcrest Elementary, this teacher earned a position at Mills Elementary, where they taught fifth grade. This teacher moved on to Sieber Elementary in 2012 and continued to teach fifth grade. then later moved to Jefferson, where he currently teaches math. One colleague said about our Gerstacker winner, quote, "I have had the pleasure of working with our winner throughout my entire teaching career, and have watched in awe as he volunteers numerous hours after school and on weekends to help students achieve and grow both ethically and educationally. He recently took his students to a math competition in Detroit where they placed 3rd overall in the state. He gives countless hours to young, eager minds and does so without any attention drawn to himself. He is selfless, motivated, passionate, and empowers students to rise to their greatest levels of achievement. MPS staff and students are so fortunate to have such a motivated and committed math instructor in our midst," unquote. Another colleague stated the following, "To me, Andy defines what a perfect teacher would look like. He has the unique ability to challenge the top students and also reach the students who struggle with math. Andy Zimmer is a true professional. Even though I was in my final years of teaching, I learned so much working with him and also took great pride in coaching our math counts team. In the 7 years he has coached the team, they have won regionals all 7 years, and this year they finished 3rd in the state. This is an incredible accomplishment. He has also been a math teacher leader with MPS since 2012. I cannot think of a more deserving person for the Gerstacker Teaching Award than Andy Zimmer." A parent and a student shared in their nomination that, quote, "Mr. Zimmer has both a standard of excellence and an expectation of excellence for his students. He knows how to meet them at their current level and challenge them. All students in his class have great respect for Mr. Zimmer and for themselves because he treats them with respect that they deserve, and he has the same expectation for every student, that they do their best. Their interaction with adults becomes more positive and respectful because of the way they are treated in Mr. Zimmer's room. Mr. Zimmer encourages the students to think for themselves and come up with an answer, even if it is wrong. He teaches them that they can still learn from a wrong answer, so they are not afraid to try. If they are unable to find it after a reasonable time, he will lead them to the answer. Interestingly, they usually find it out on their own and their self-confidence soars. Mr. Zimmer uses humor to teach and correct his class, and he does this respectfully. He has complete control over his classroom, and it remains orderly even when he has group activities. His students greatly admire him because he exudes confidence in teaching. He has confidence in them, and they believe that they can learn anything from him. Students, parents, and staff at JMS are extremely fortunate that Mr. Zimmer chose a career in teaching," unquote. In the realm of academia, Mr. Zimmer is also our math teacher leader at Jefferson. His tireless efforts in professional development, staying abreast of educational research, and seeking continuous improvement have paved the way for not just all of us at Jefferson, but also a new generation of educators to follow. As we honor Andy Zimmer with this prestigious award, let us remember that this recognition is not just a celebration of their achievements, but also a testament to the immeasurable impact teachers have on society. Teachers, like Andy, shape the leaders, innovators, and thinkers of tomorrow. They build the foundation upon which the future is constructed, and their contributions ripple through generations. Congratulations, Mr. Zimmer, on this well-deserved recognition. Your journey as an educator has been nothing short of remarkable, and your impact on the lives of those you have touched is immeasurable. Thank you for your invaluable contributions to our MPS students. Congratulations on being selected as a Gerstacker Excellence in Teaching Award winner.
Good morning. Today I have the distinct honor of celebrating a truly remarkable educator whose dedication and passion have left an incredible mark on the lives of countless students and colleagues. This teacher embodies the very essence of what it means to be an exceptional teacher. Day after day, she steps in the building with boundless enthusiasm. Everything this teacher does is a representation of chemic pride. This teacher holds an unwavering belief in the potential of each and every student. Her encouragement and unwavering support have transformed many students who once doubted themselves into confident achievers. Her energy is contagious. You better have your caffeine before you collaborate with this teacher. She is the baby of 4 children. She has 54 cousins. Her love language is food. Her true pride are her children. Her oldest just graduated from Midland High School. Her middle son is now a junior, and she also has an 8th grader at Northeast. This year, she and her husband will be celebrating their 20th anniversary in September. Her father served in the Air Force. This has fed her passion to serve and honor our country's veterans. So much so that she organizes a wonderful event where each year she invites local veterans to come to Midland and to be honored and celebrated. She also provides space for them to share their stories and interact with our students. This teacher graduated from John Glenn High School, then went on to be a Spartan, where she earned her degree in international studies. She then moved overseas to teach in both Japan and Austria, quickly realizing that her true calling was to be a teacher. At Midland High School, she serves as the social studies teacher lead. She holds lunch tutoring every day for students who are struggling, and she advocates for students and colleagues on a daily basis. She even plants flowers and pulls weeds outside of our building to ensure that teachers and students feel a sense of pride when they walk into our building. It is with great pride and admiration that I introduce the 2023 Gerstacker recipient from Midland High School, Mrs. Connie Beson-Steger. Congratulations.
All right, friends, on to the next moment of celebration and recognition. You know, going off script for a second, which I know is a bad idea, I'll just say we welcomed our new teachers last week, and it was such a wonderful 2 days with our newest colleagues. And one of the things that I shared with them was how much I like to hear the pride, that they have in their hometown or in their home high school or the school that they maybe used to work at, and I felt that today. It's great to see all of the individual schools so proud of their colleagues. And I really look forward to us building that same sense of pride and togetherness as a Midland Public Schools team. So I hope you'll feel that today. Okay, another celebration. We're so fortunate to have skilled, talented, reflective, and caring teachers. We just saw 4 of those. And I'm thrilled to share the news that Bridget Sova has been named Region 4 Michigan Teacher of the Year by the Michigan Department of Education. On Tuesday, August 8th, Bridget officially received her award from State Superintendent Dr. Michael Rice and the State Board of Education. It was a really special moment for Bridget and her family, and certainly for MPS, because we are so proud of you. Bridget, you know that I know you're amazing. I always have known that since the first day I met you, and so many of your colleagues feel the same. We're going to hear from a few of them right now.
Well, hello everyone and welcome. My name is Anthony Gates and I'm the current Director of Special Services for Midland Public Schools. We wanted to take some time today as a team to recognize an awesome staff member that we have amongst us, Bridget Sova. Bridget was recently recognized as the Regional Teacher of the Year recipient, and we wanted to take a moment and use this as an opportunity to go through and discuss some of the great things that Bridget brings to the table and some of the great things that I've had a chance to see in my time working with Bridget at Dow High School. So my work experience with Bridget has allowed me to see the value that she brings to the team as a teacher, advocate, and leader amongst the special education team at Dow High. Bridget brings with her a wealth of knowledge with more than 30 years of teaching experience. She's supported a wide range of initiatives at the state level, including being a member of the MDE OEAA Students with Disabilities Committee. She's provided guidance to district leadership as a collaborator on building level initiatives. She also has served at the building level as a member of the special education guidance team. In all that she does within the walls of HH Dow High and beyond, Bridget consistently displays an exceptional degree of precision and dedication to the craft of education. She has an incredible mind, and she also is incredibly effective at collaboration. As a special education supervisor, I had the opportunity to coordinate with Bridget through the IEP process, where she always displayed a consistent level of effective and concise communication, a positive growth mindset, and most importantly, a student-first approach to everything that she does. As a current teacher in the programming at Dow High with students with mild cognitive impairments, Bridget has supported and championed alternative assessments and working at the state level to support the needs therein, as well as working to support a functional curriculum framework at Dow High School to meet the needs of the students that she's serving. Bridget has an innate ability to effectively communicate and model expectations for both students and colleagues. Bridget's achievements and the constant pursuit of new challenges, both inside and out of the classroom, serve to represent her desire to not only grow as an individual, but to support the growth and mentorship of those around her. I feel fortunate to have had the opportunity to support and work with Bridget Sova, and am honored that she is a part of our special education team here at Midland Public Schools. The recognition as Regional Teacher of the Year is well-deserved and an amazing accomplishment. Congratulations, Bridget, well-deserved.
Hi, everybody. My name is Liz Schuster. I teach at Dow High alongside some extremely gifted and talented educators, but one in particular we wanted to celebrate coming into the next school year. Bridget Sova won a Teacher of the Year award for the state of Michigan this past school year, and she did so very quietly and humbly. And we wanted to take a minute to tell her congratulations and how terribly proud we are of all the hard work that she's done. It's an honor and a privilege to get to work alongside somebody who is so dedicated to this profession and all the students that we serve. So congratulations, Bridget. We're very proud of you. Hope you have a great school year, everybody. Bye-bye.
Good morning. Congratulations to Bridget Sova for her recognition this year as a Michigan Teacher of the Year. She certainly is a great representative for our district here at Midland Public Schools and for all of the Region 4 school districts throughout the state. I had the pleasure of working with Bridget when I was principal at Northeast Middle School. And so while that was over 10 years ago, I know the folks who have worked with her since continue to sing her praises and feel the same way about Bridget that I did as her supervisor back then. For those of you who haven't had the pleasure of working with her, she is certainly a team player. She advocates for her students. She goes above and beyond, as all teachers do, but typical of Bridget's style. She is often found at community events. She does additional community service type activities throughout the year. In and out of school, she makes great connections with parents and families of students that she works with. And again, I think that staff in general just find her to be approachable, a great team player and easy to work with, and just overall an excellent representative for our school district and certainly for all of the school buildings that she has been a part of during her career. So again, congratulations to you, Bridget. Much deserved recognition, and we appreciate everything you do for students and for MPS.
It does not surprise me at all that Bridget Sova is receiving an award for Teacher of the Year. I have had the privilege to work with Bridget for the last 3 years. And if you've ever been around Bridget, you know what her demeanor is like, that soft, kind, caring, nurturing. She has this touch of magic about her. It shines with staff and it shines with students. Families are drawn to her. So it doesn't surprise me at all that she's receiving this award. It's so well deserved. When you see her interact with families and with students, she gets to know them on a level that it reaches them in a different way than just a typical teaching relationship. She's able to dig in and figure out what the barriers are so that those students can make progress. It has been a true privilege and honor to get to know her over the last couple of years, and I am so proud to be on her team here at Dow High.
Hello, my name is Mary Rappin-Lowers, and I am a teacher consultant for the district with my office being housed at HH Dow High School. Today I have the honor to speak with you about Bridget Sova, who is my dear friend and work colleague and the recipient of the Michigan Department of Education Regional Teacher of the Year. I'm also very fortunate to have known Bridget for many years, including our time as roommates at Central Michigan University, Fire Up Chips, and now as a work colleague. Having my office across from Bridget's classroom has allowed me to observe her as a professional, as well as be a part of a team alongside of her. Every day I watch her interact with students, and she is an incredible teacher and a caring teacher. She works hours after school to implement lessons that will assist her students to reach their full potential. She is constantly reaching out to parents and other staff members to assist her students. Bridget has a calm demeanor, which makes her classroom inviting and a safe place for her students. She is a fierce advocate for them as well. Her skills as a teacher are exceptional, and I am blessed to have her as a colleague and to also learn from her. Bridget is an extremely humble person. She doesn't like the limelight. She does what she does to meet her students' needs. I've also had the honor to work alongside Bridget as a summer school teacher, and she is very creative and she engages students all summer long, which we all know is sometimes a challenge. Bridget also works for MDE OEAA, creating assessments for exceptional learners. Bridget's an incredible instructor who puts her all into her teaching and meeting the needs of her students. As you can see, Bridget is very deserving of the MDE Regional Teacher of the Year. Congratulations, Bridge. I'm so very proud of you, and I'm so grateful I get to see your smiling face every day.
couple more details about Bridget, and she deserved that standing ovation. Thank you. I need you to know that Bridget completed her student teaching at Parkdale Elementary, and she was earning distinction back then. Believe it or not, she was named as the Central Michigan University Student Teacher of the Year in 1992. What a great start to her legacy of excellence and care here at MPS. She spent 4 years at Parkdale and then transferred to our friends at Northeast, where she worked from 97 to 2017 and has been at Dow High School since. Words that have described Bridget over time when you look back in her file from her supervisors and colleagues: boundless enthusiasm, highly collaborative, dedicated, trustworthy, deeply caring, and I love this one, zeal to help students progress in their skills. These are some of the ways that Bridget has been described, and now we can add to the list Michigan Region 4 Teacher of the Year. Congratulations again. On to more recognition. Please help me welcome Associate Superintendent Jeff Jaster, who will recognize our colleagues for their milestones of service to Midland Public Schools. Jeff?
Everyone. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Congratulations again to Bridget Sova, our Gerstacker Award winners, and all of our DSA winners. I have the pleasure today of recognizing our employees who have recently completed milestones in their years of service to the district and to the students and families of this community. And I will note that these lists that you're going to see behind me are going to include part-time staff, full-time staff, coaches, maintenance, support staff, paraprofessionals, teachers, really any of our certificated staff, as well as administrators. So we recognize that for those who are part-time, and if they're a part-time coach, for example, they may not be here, but for those who are here, I would like you to stand up, and I know that it takes forever to get through the list, but I'd like you to stand and be recognized as we go through your categories. So the categories we'll recognize today are those who have just completed 10 years of service, 20 years of service, 25, 30, 30 plus, and we even have a 40 plus. So we'll go through those. So, to start with, for those who have recently completed 10 years of service, rather, and again, I'll just go through the names quickly, but as I said, if you could stand, I would like you to hold applause to the end, just so we can get through this fairly quickly. Rodrigo Barassi, Joshua Bennett, Denise Decker, Krista Felker, William Greiner, Melissa Laplow, Mark McLaughlin, Willis Pennington, Lance Ransom, Jillian Speaker, and Van Tuma. I know there are many coaches and part-time folks, but again, please recognize those who are here today. Thank you. The next category, 20 years of service. Caitlin Bradfield, Mark Dickerson Jr., Robin Hemme, Emily Holzhauer, Andrea Joswiak, Lori Justice, Casey Reed, Traci Renfro, and Matt Starling. A little bigger category here, 25 years. Eric Albright. I know you're there, Eric. Monique Albright. Shannon Blasey. Lynn Burns. Mary Chilton. Thomas Evans. Christy Gayhard. David Horneman. Ched Johnson. Wendy LaCourte, Jeffrey Lauer, Jennifer Lennon, Jacqueline McGee, Kimberly McMahon, Jeff Richards, Jennifer Servas, Rebecca Stinson, Jamie Swanson, Krista Tate, and Mitch Tate. Congratulations. "30 years of service." Pam Andrews, Stacie Capua, Kelly Guntert, Laura Kiffmiller, Paul Pendred, Angela Schmidt, Karina Sensabaugh, and Bridget Sova. Okay, 30 plus. Carol Bremer, Linda Sisek, Patricia Clancy, Joanne Coates, Mary Curtis, Mark Francisco, Mark Hackbarth, Mary Beth Hall, Lori Kazmarek, Yvette Kalinowski, Kimberly Mead, Mike Mogenberg, Mark Naffey, Judith Paulette, Mary Sanborn, Kim Sheldrake Formsma, Pamela Taylor, Sharon White, and Mary Zeitler. +40, we have one name. Mr. Timothy Chisholm. "42 years, Mr. Chisholm has worked for the district, and for those at Dow High, I know you know him very well, and recently he has worked through our maintenance department and has made rounds to all of the buildings. So we appreciate all that Tim has done over the 42 years with MPS. Thank you again. Okay, switching gears. As Penny had alluded to earlier, it was a busy hiring season this summer as the new Associate Superintendent of Human Resources, and working closely with our administration and our HR team, we had the pleasure of bringing on many new staff. And I'm going to just share numbers by category, but what I am going to also do is highlight in just a minute those who have come from Midland. They are alumni from one of our high schools. They've spent some time here in their education, K through 12, as students in the district, and then they left and have come back to work for us, and we're going to get to that in a moment. But please think about what that's like, the ability to come back and give back to the community that you're from. And we have many people who are doing that every day, and so we're going to recognize them as well in just a moment. But first, in the category of certificated staff, and this includes teachers, social workers, speech and language paths, other therapists, administrators, we have hired a total of 50 plus people, and I say plus because we might have one that just accepted today. And so 47 of those were in the teacher work group, and that again can include therapists, speech and language paths or others, so 47 there. 3 new administrators to the district, 11 paraprofessionals, and then in terms of support staff in general, which includes grounds and maintenance, bus drivers, co-ops, AAs, OPs, another 9. So a huge number of folks brought on this year to replace those who've retired or who have relocated. And of that group, as I said, many were MPS alumni. And at this time, if you're a new hire and you're an MPS alumni, I would ask you to stand for a little recognition, please. Just stand up at your seat. I know they're going to try to hide. Yep. If you could stay standing. At this time, I would also like to ask any employees in the audience who are MPS alumni to please stand up. Yeah. Thank you all, and thank you for coming back to Midland and giving back to the community where you were raised. At this time, it's a pleasure to invite two of our educators up here to help me recognize and talk about this idea of giving back, and they're going to discuss Teachers of Tomorrow, Miss Katie Stearns and Miss Chelsea Berg. Thank you.
Our papers.
Good morning. I'm Katie Stearns, and today begins my 29th year as an educator, 27 at Midland Public Schools. I'm an English teacher at Midland High School. I'm here with my partner, Chelsea Berg, to share with you an exciting opportunity for chemics and chargers, a club called Teachers of Tomorrow, funded by the Future Proud Michigan Educator Explore Grant, written last year by Traci Speaker and DeAndre Hogan. This club and eventual class will allow high school students who are interested in pursuing a career in education a chance to start exploring it while in high school.
Good morning, I'm Chelsea Berg, and today starts my 8th year in education and my 7th at MPS. I teach English, history, and then facilitate student leadership at Dow High. And as Katie mentioned, MPS has received a grant, which I'm glad I did not have to say the name of because it has a lot of letters. But the process of that grant began early last school year, and then in the spring, we received recognition that the district did receive the grant. And at that point, we began working on meetings and seeing what this class would look like. I feel especially passionate about this program. I graduated from Freeland High School, and I took a class just like this. And it was probably one of the most influential experiences in my high school career. And ironically, there is an MPS connection there because my host teacher graduated from MPS and actually works here now. So there's an MPS connection, even though I didn't go to MPS. But the work we've done so far has been a lot of team meetings. Traci has done a lot of work with local universities and how there could be a connection. And then we've also worked on how we're going to do a soft rollout of the class as a club this fall. To get the word out and to get students interested. And part of that is something that we're leading up to, which is a video to make stakeholders in the community aware of the class, but also kind of put out some good PR for the district as well.
So the video, you will see some familiar faces talking about why they went into education, and Penny asked Chelsea and I to kind of reflect on that. So we wanted to share kind of our why and what brought us here. I came from a family of teachers. My dad taught at Dow High School. My mom taught at Midland High and retired as Northeast principal. And now my nephew is in his 3rd year as teaching, but his 1st year as a Northeast Viking. Watching my parents plan, grade, talk about their lessons and their students, as well as having my own inspiring, knowledgeable, and kind teachers as a student myself, paved the way for me to this amazing profession. Sharing content, ideas, answering questions, and discovering information with students is such an awesome way to make a living and spend a day. So that is my why.
My why is a little different. I didn't grow up in a family of educators, but I was definitely very influenced by all of the fantastic educators I've had in my life. I say it as a half joke, but it's really true. Once I realized being a princess wasn't a feasible life goal, I was like, I should probably just be a teacher.
Pretty close, though. That's pretty close.
It is true. But along the way, and in talking to Katie as we prepared for today, I realized that even though I am not an MPS alumni have been really impactful in my career. As I mentioned, the teacher I worked with when I was in high school was an MPS alum. Katie's mom was my supervisor for for student teaching while I was student teaching at Dow High. And Katie was my mentor teacher when I got hired. So it's all sort of come full circle as we prepared for this. So without further ado, we would really love to share this video with you because it sets a really good tone, I think, for where we're headed today and for the rest of the school year.
Thank you.
If you're interested in going into teaching, do it.
Got that feeling in your heart. You were born for greatness. Everything is yours for taking. You're the diamond in the rough. Now it's time to seize your day.
It's a great career path. I love every single day.
I have the best career in the world. I think there's no matching it.
And I thought teaching is where I could make the most difference in the world.
It's a great career to be in.
It's the profession that makes all other professions possible. What could be better than that?
I'm right on that front edge of having an effect on the future, and that's a very fulfilling part about teaching that a lot of careers don't have.
They might not see it now, but just like I didn't see it when I was in 7th grade, when you think back, you might think, oh, that teacher believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself.
This is an incredibly rewarding occupation, one that will give back to you so much.
I don't think it's my job to inspire and change the world. I think it's my job to inspire the kids to change the world.
It has been the most rewarding, wonderful profession, and I can't imagine me doing anything else.
It takes a lot of heart to go into teaching and to put your love into what could be called a job, but ultimately you're building connections with the students, you're building connections with the staff, and you're helping the kids to have these opportunities that they might not otherwise have.
You build a bond for the whole year with these kids, and it carries with them throughout their whole education.
Every day is an opportunity to speak life or joy into someone's life, and or hopefully some knowledge and skills as well.
And I want them to leave my class knowing about my content, but I want them to leave my class knowing that I cared for them, I was there for them, and they always have someone on their side.
Helping potential teachers realize that this could be their calling, I think is really important.
Life behind what a teacher goes through on a daily basis, I think would be invaluable for kids.
Talk to us, engage with us, and we can get you set up and get your feet wet while you're still young.
Given a space where students can explore education and what that, as tomorrow's educators, what that might look like, it can only have a positive impact on the teaching profession and with those students.
I know there's a lot of young people that maybe they're intimidated by the idea of becoming a teacher, but it's something that they want to try. They can do it.
Getting into just different teachers' classrooms and maybe shadowing them or working with them and looking at it instead of at the perspective of a student sitting at the desk, from the perspective of being in front of the room and how would you manage this, or what would you do in this situation, or do you have any ideas, what would you bring?
I would say that if you're thinking about being a teacher, go try it out. Go to a classroom, even if it's just one day.
Well, just having that opportunity to be with people that already know that that's something that they're interested in, I think would have been so fulfilling and so rewarding for me as a learning opportunity. It would have felt very personal and something that I was very interested in.
Is a great way for kids to get started and find out that this is something that they could potentially do and really make a difference in young kids' lives.
I think it's a fabulous opportunity for kids to really, see the ins and outs of what it is like to be a teacher.
If it's something that you're passionate about, go do it. And you will make a difference.
And this is the career path where you can make a difference and you can change the world.
Like, that is my favorite thing about teaching, when you go, oh, I get it. It gives me goosebumps, and that's why you do it.
Thank you, Katie and Chelsea, for sharing your story and launching this amazing program. We can't wait to have even more MPS graduates back here in our schools and our school community. Okay, As promised, I'm back to share some information and some insights about how I envision us working together to make this an exceptional year for our students, our families, and for you. As I mentioned in my opening remarks, change and leadership transitions can be challenging, and they can also be exciting, renewing, and full of possibilities. We have some new principals and assistant principals in several of our schools, and I am really excited about their service and leadership. And I'm new to my role as superintendent, and I am excited to serve and lead you. I recognize that my title includes interim, but know that I believe I am here to serve, lead, and move us forward together in alignment with our vision statement. We have important work to do for our students and our school community and for one another. And if we're standing still, we're falling behind, so we will keep moving forward. I want to share an update about our leadership structure because it's important to me that you always know what's happening and feel like you're part of it. The Associate Superintendent for Curriculum role that I previously held will remain vacant this year. I will, in addition to the superintendent role, pick up some of those leadership responsibilities, but I am so happy to share that Melissa Toner, Instructional Technology and Media Service Specialist, and Jen Service, our Elementary Curriculum Specialist, have agreed to step up their service and leadership and take on some responsibilities in the area of curriculum. I'm so thankful for them. If you know Jen and Melissa, you know that they have deep knowledge. They are open-minded, reflective thinkers. They're leaders and learners, and they're going to do a great job. I also want you to know we've had a couple of shifts. You heard Jeff mention human resources is now in his area. So please know that Brian Bertin, Associate Superintendent, will lead and be responsible for all areas of facilities, finance, and operations. And Jeff, Associate Superintendent, will do the same for student services and human resources. Just some subtle shifts. But know that all three of us are staying closely aligned this year as a team. We're going to work closely with Melissa and Jen and the entire admin group to serve you and our community. I want you to leave this morning with a clear understanding and a feeling that there is strong, aligned, caring leadership in our district, and we have a focused, defined path forward for us together. For these next few minutes, I invite you to consider and reflect and hopefully commit to this path forward. Team, we have a powerful vision statement. Lead with respect, trust, and courage. Ensure an equitable, collaborative, and inclusive culture. Enable all to achieve success. It's important that you know that I believe in this vision and in our collective ability to reach it. We've spent some time over these past few years learning and leading together on the topics of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I think we have a good sense of what those words mean in action for us. Don't get me wrong, we still have a lot of work to do, and we will continue learning about diversity, equity, and inclusion. But the part I really want us to focus on this morning and for this school year is that other part of our vision statement, the part about respect, trust, and courage. We use those words commonly, but have never clearly defined them. When I say to you that I will serve and lead you with respect, trust, and courage, I want us to understand what that means so we can hold one another accountable. We have a really great admin team, often behind the scenes doing lots of great things, and you know that group of principals and curriculum specialists, assistant principals, and special services directors. We have been together this summer and we've grappled with what these words mean to us because we're trying to create our future together as a leadership team. And what I'm about to share with you reflects our thinking as of today about these values and concepts and words. Later this morning, you will receive a Google form, a link to a survey in your email. It will come from School Messenger, but it will be in your email. And the purpose of that is to get your additional insights about lots of topics. But one of the sections will be specific to respect, trust, and courage. We really want to put these into play for us across the district. I'm really happy that we have 3 great colleagues today. I'll invite you to come up now, who will be helping us make meaning of these words. Please help me welcome Kara Stark, Central Park Elementary Principal, Keith Seibert, Northeast Middle School Assistant Principal, and Eric Albright, Midland High Athletic Director and Assistant Principal.
Good morning, fellow colleagues. My name is Kara Stark, and I am the proud principal of Central Park Elementary. I have the honor to talk with you about the importance of respect. On a daily basis, we have the unique opportunity to shape the minds and hearts of our students. We can teach them the knowledge and skills they need to succeed in life, but we can also teach them the importance of respect by modeling it in our daily interactions. Midland Public Schools defines respect as recognizing worth and dignity in ourselves and others, showing kindness and fairness and avoiding harm, embracing diversity and fostering healthy, inclusive relationships. Respect looks and feels like being present and actively listening to understand, showing empathy and seeing other perspectives, being clear in communication, talking to the person rather than about the person, being inclusive, treating people with kindness. I believe respect in action looks like greeting students when they enter the building, the classroom, or on a bus. It is picking up the phone or holding an in-person meeting to better understand one's perspective. It is taking the time to acknowledge the challenging things a student, family, or staff member may be going through on any given day. It is giving someone space and time when they are not ready to share what they are thinking. It is spending the extra second to say hi, smile, or ask them how they are doing. You never know the impact that a simple gesture can make on any given day. So make each day count by showing up and treating others the way they wish to be treated. In education, in life, we will not always agree with one another, but one of the best things we can do to make the biggest impact on students that are in front of us every day is to respect one another. When we respect our students and one another, we create a supportive environment where all feel welcomed and valued. When I think about the kindergarten student that walks in the door with no schooling background and is dysregulated on day 1, we are not going to say they don't belong or put blame on parents for why their child's acting out. But we are going to take the time to work with the student, with the parent, and with the staff to provide them with the tools they need to be successful. Respect is showing up and doing things with people, not to them. As MPS employees, let's work together to create a respectful environment for our staff and students to thrive in, from the classrooms to buses, to fields to offices. We have the opportunity to impact those we interact with on a daily basis. So let's go into this new school year demonstrating the values of self, one another, and the students and families we serve on a daily basis to make it a great school year. Thank you.
Again, my name is Keith Seibert. I'm the assistant principal at Northeast. I've been asked to describe trust for us today. I believe trust is being honest. It is being vulnerable. It is being transparent and being willing to admit and show weakness. And it is having integrity. Trust is not something that is established or developed quickly. Trust can take a long time to build, yet can be shattered in an instant. Building trust requires courage and probably a good amount of forgiveness. Trust is built over time when our words consistently meet our actions. That's the easy part. While trust is about believing in others, trustworthiness is being worthy of another person's trust. So I have to ask myself, am I honest? Am I willing to be vulnerable? Am I transparent? Am I willing to admit my weaknesses? And am I walking with integrity? About a week and a half ago, a very small but relevant example, I was working with a small group in our building in preparation for our professional development today. And as we were putting our slide decks together, I quickly realized that mine weren't going to be very good. They didn't look very good. And I told the group, I said, this isn't something I'm great at, or actually I'm not good at all at this. And another member in our group said, don't you know what my master's was in? I got this. To which I thought, excellent. Several years ago, our building focused on building a safe and collaborative culture. I initially thought of safety in terms of traditional building safety, drills, procedures, safeguards. While these are all part of it, building a safe and collaborative culture is much more. Having a safe and collaborative culture allows students and staff to feel safe presenting new ideas, taking risks, sharing struggles, and engaging in difficult conversations. Collaboration and working together are essential for us as MPS employees. Collectively, we can accomplish so much more than when we just work as individuals. Our success as an MPS team is not measured by how or what we teach. It is not measured by the programs that we offer. It is measured by how much our students learn and grow. Building trust is a cornerstone and a foundation for the collaboration we need to succeed. Thank you.
Hi there, my name is Eric, and I'm a proud chemic. Congratulations to Olga and to Connie. Courage. Take a moment, if you will, please, at that definition of courage. I'm going to focus on one aspect. Taking action despite personal risk. Courage. First of all, I want to say I think Penny and Brian and Jeff show great courage today, letting me present this slide. As most of you know, some of my decision-making models over the last few years has come from the point of view that, hey, what's the worst that can happen? And although I do like ice cream and baseball this morning, I have neither a blueberry story nor a dog named Miggy. This isn't about me, this is about you. Let's set a baseline. Do this with me. With your left hand, I want you to establish the level of courage that you've put forth in your professional life. Down here, up here, I don't care. Figure it out. With your left hand. You decide. It's your own gauge. With your right hand, I want you to estimate the capacity for courage that you still have. Let's refer to this as your courage gap. Your goal this school year is to narrow your courage gap, or even better, expand your capacity and raise your level of demonstrated courage. That's your goal this year. To do so requires us to change some perspective. First, courage is relative to every person and situation. No one will argue, this is the history teacher in me, the obvious example of courage on display by our Allied liberators on June 6, 1944, as they landed on the beaches of Normandy. But consider, one of your colleagues who overcomes the stigma of mental illness and is willing to ask for help. Courage. Or your student who has a dozen reasons to stay home every day, but comes to school anyway. Courage. You see, when you look at that situation from that point of view, the personal risk, criticism, some Facebook parent seems trivial. I myself receive an injection of courage every day I walk through Eyeball Alley in Midland High School. I see that smiling face of chemic superstar Jennifer Sisko on a plaque bearing her name. She set the bar high for chemics everywhere and helps me close my courage gap regularly. The second, courage is a characteristic of leadership. The most self-stifling words you can say, but I'm just a blank. Baloney. You are all leaders, but you do not see yourselves that way yet. You need to give yourselves way more credit for your leadership capacity. I don't care if you're a brand new employee, 50 some of them, or the interim superintendent. You are a leader in our school district. Anyone who suggests otherwise is doing it wrong. All of the Albright children had the privilege of having a Jennifer Lyon-led kindergarten experience. Where are my Plymouth friends out there? I am certain her voice carried great weight in her building, but I sure hope that Mrs. Lyon saw herself as a leader at Midland Public Schools, because if I was the superintendent, she would have been one of my most valued advisors, and she had courage, if nothing else, for teaching kindergarten. Let me challenge you. Do you have what it takes to stand when others can't or won't? If you do, you have courage. Do you have the guts to speak up for the vulnerable and defend those who lack a voice? If you do, you have courage. Do you have the stomach to stand on a platform for a cause that is needed? If you do, you have courage. Can you say no when you need to, despite others prompting you to always say yes? If you do, you have courage. When others turn their backs on you, will you stand even alone if need be? If you do, you will have courage. Are you willing to take off your mask of inauthenticity and proudly show your scars of imperfection? If you are, you have courage. When you live your life with integrity, the decisions you must make are simple. They may not be easy, but there's a simple choice between what is right and what is not. Thank you.
One more time for those three. Wasn't that great? I hope this has you thinking and reflecting on your own actions, and I want to give you a few minutes to process this information. However, I have two sets of directions, so hang with me. We've had a little glitch this morning in our what we thought was going to be a smooth program. So I'm going to launch you in a minute with a paired activity, and we're going to take 4 minutes to do that, so hold up for that. And during those 4 minutes, if you parked over at Memorial Presbyterian, they have a funeral starting here shortly. And hold up, I'm going to ask just those of you who parked there, honor system, to please go move your car. I hope there is other parking and that you'll come back and join us for the last 30 minutes. Okay, don't go yet. Here's the prompt, friends. So when I release you here in a moment, if you need to go move your car, do. But if you're staying with us, here's what I ask you to do. I want you to really think about what you heard, and I want you to process that with someone near you. We're going to set the clock. JR has a timer for 4 minutes, so each of you have 2 minutes to really just reflect on one idea, concept that you heard. This is to prime you for the survey that you're going to get later today. So JR, give us 4 minutes. Please begin. Listen for the cue to come back. Thank you for taking the time to process that information with the colleague. As I mentioned, you'll be getting a survey, and I hope that dialogue with the colleague primed your thinking for the survey and will make the ideas just flow even more. We're going to rock on with the people who are in the room, and as others return, awesome. And if they're not able to join us, I'll find a way to send my message to them. I want you to be able to count on me and our leadership team to lead, learn, follow, and interact with you in these ways with respect, trust, and courage. And I want to count on you to do the same. Having this mutual understanding of how we will work together is important so that we can achieve our vision and ensure success for all. And I want you to know that last part of the vision statement is about kids, and it's about you. So let's move forward together. As I said before, I hope you leave today with a clear understanding and a feeling that we have strong, aligned, caring leadership, and that there is a defined path forward. Excuse me. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you a brief overview of my areas of focus, my points of leadership for the school year. This is meant to be an overview. There's a lot more detail. I promise I'm sparing you. The three areas are community, student success, and leadership. These will be the central themes. For each area, I'll provide a little bit more context. I'll give you an example of an action item to make it more tangible for you. And you'll also see an accountability box on each slide so that I'm accountable to making progress in these areas. As you listen, I ask for you to look for opportunities to support these various pieces of the plan and to think of additional ideas that you have that you would be willing to share to make the plan even better. Community. To be a community, we need connection and communication among people. I will foster a trusting, inclusive, collaborative, and productive relationships that will strengthen our school community, and this will happen with you, all of our staff and students, parents and families, Board of Education, and community members. I'm so happy people are coming back. Thanks for coming back. I will be visible, approachable, and engaged in the school community. One action I've already taken is to schedule, along with principals and associate superintendents, a series of monthly school and classroom visits. And I'm saying it here, you'll have to hold me accountable. We're also moving our Monday morning executive team meetings out to schools. This means that the associate superintendents, Melissa and Jen, and our department directors, we're going to be out on a rotation having our work meeting at your school. This is about you seeing us together so you know that we are here and we care, and it's about us really keeping a pulse on what's happening so that we can provide support and make well-informed decisions. Those classroom visits probably won't give us time for individual dialogue, so know that I'll be looking for other opportunities to listen, to understand your perspectives, your ideas, and your feedback. It doesn't mean we will always agree, but it does mean that you can count on me to lean into situations and to work through them respectfully and courageously. One fairly consistent piece of feedback that we've already heard is that our communication structures need some attention. We have some great modes already in place. We just need to take them to the next level. So we're going to be seeking your ideas on how you want us to dial up two-way communication between administration and all of you as staff. And again, that survey will have some questions to get your input, and we will also ask students and families similar questions. I believe the culture we create and maintain as the adults in the system is important for our success and for that of students. We will tend to our culture this year, our working and learning environment, so that we can be equitable, collaborative, and inclusive. Student success. Teaching and learning are the absolute heart of what we do, and we will maintain a sharp focus on student success, growth, and achievement. Please hear me clearly. We are an exceptional school district. So many ways that we're exceptional, and student achievement is definitely at the top of that list. We are among the top 5% of districts across the state for student achievement, and we should be proud. You should be proud of yourself. And at the same time, because two things can be true at the same time, we have students who are not yet achieving at the levels that we desire and know they're capable of. Both are true, and it's important that we embrace our reality and dig in together to find new and better ways to reach each student and eliminate system barriers to their success. Actions in this focus area of student success will require us to continue developing our tiered system of support and instruction. If you're not familiar with multi-tiered system of support, you will be this year. And we'll keep the whole child in mind. That means we'll continue to look at social emotional well-being as well as academic success. We will continue to adapt, rethink our curriculum, instruction, intervention, and our assessment practices to ensure that each student has an equitable opportunity to learn in a safe, inclusive environment, and that they are excited to come to school. We will strengthen our instruction to leverage what we know works, and we will learn new high effect size practices. I recognize this takes time, collaboration, and it also takes accessible, usable data so that we can make informed decisions together, and we'll provide that. Some of you in teams have already started this work, and I'm so excited about that. It's clear, however, that it's best accomplished in a really structured, systematic way. Again, we have exceptional educators here at MPS, and you really need the structure and support to accomplish your work with coherence and consistency across the system, and ways that can really enhance our network of learning because there is so much greatness to be shared. At the same time, let's be honest for a minute, we might not have all the answers. Research and evidence-based practices are emerging what feels like daily. And the new science about the brain and how people learn is just ever evolving. So it really takes a lot of effort to stay current. Our work is becoming increasingly complex and nuanced, and our students' needs have changed over time, especially in these recent years. So when we get to a hard spot and really lean in to understand that we don't have an answer right in front of us, we need to have the capacity to go get the knowledge, bring it back, and share it across our system. In pursuit of strengthening these collaborative structures, our secondary schools are implementing professional learning communities this year. And where those already exist, because I acknowledge we have them in great pockets in our secondary buildings, but where they already exist, there will be attention given to refining and growing those networks of learning. Our elementary schools, those staff members are going to engage with the Michigan Department of Education Literacy Leadership Network, which is a system improvement model, again, designed to strengthen the capacity for us to lead and teach literacy through a defined network of learning. Both PLCs and the Literacy Leadership Network tend to adult learning, including our administrative team. We are all committed to being learners this year as well. It also involves system change with a deep focus on student outcomes. PLCs and the Literacy Network will serve as a platform for connection, communication, learning, growth, and ultimately as a structure that will increase educator agency and effectiveness. The work is asset-based, drawing on your strengths as educators, and it will deepen our knowledge and skill, hopefully reinforce our collective commitment to student success and continuous improvement, and help us all see new possibilities to bolster student growth. These collaborative structures require team goals and targeted actions, And we know that when we're part of an effective team that accomplishes important work, it increases our sense of connection and community, our job satisfaction, and our well-being. All right, I'm super hot. Is this okay if I just, thanks. All right, thanks for that. Leadership. Oh, more people are coming back. Thanks for coming back. Okay, so this area, as you can see on the screen, you might be thinking, least connected to what I do in the classroom, what I do as a paraprofessional. But I want you to please understand that it's critically responsible. We are critically responsible for leading these areas. So think of finance and facilities, think of technology, human resources, transportation, all of these underpinnings that really make possible teaching and learning in the classroom. So when we tend to these and make sure that they are optimal in their efficiency and effectiveness, it really serves you as teachers and others in the classroom. And it also sends a message when we focus on these areas that these people also matter and are important members of our team. With this focus area, there will be attention given to a strong relationship with the Board of Education. Because I'm new to my role, it's important that we really focus on our governance structure and that we are a team that is aligned and connected in service to you all. One action item I've already taken in this area is to carry forward with the facilities assessment process that was started last spring. In collaboration with the board committee, we've analyzed the information and input that's been gathered so far. We've examined our needs, and we're considering the future of our district. And we've taken all of that and are in the process of drafting the next version of our district's facility plan. There will be opportunities for stakeholder feedback and input in the coming months. And it's really exciting to dream about what our facilities will look like next. Know that this plan will prioritize student learning needs and the critical infrastructure necessary to continue providing a world-class experience for our students. And this is really important work for our district. Okay, team, those are my focus areas. Again, a really high-level overview. Know that I'm really excited to get your input, and there will be some questions in the survey that connect back to these focus areas. I hope by now that you're getting a feeling and an understanding that I'm a leader and a colleague who wants to work collaboratively to accomplish really great things. One way that I can begin to earn your trust is to fulfill the commitments I make. And again, you'll have that survey so that we can get your input. It will be in your inbox. There will be multiple sections, so please take the time to complete each section. Your honesty is really important because it will inform our future actions, and it will also serve as a baseline so that we can measure our progress over time in how we interact with one another and how we feel about our culture and climate. There will also be questions specific to communication. Really, really need your ideas about how you want to interact with me and our district leadership team. So we want to have two-way communication, and I'm looking for all the best ideas you have. Okay, we're not ready to adjourn yet, but we will soon. We're going to have you out of here well before 11 because, like I said, that survey is going to take some time, probably 10 to 15 minutes, and I want to make sure that you have time to do that today. And if you're going to lunch with like a group of friends, it's a great topic to process this information together and really, really get the ideas flowing that you can use in that survey. All right, let's take a deep breath for a minute. Let's reflect and recognize that these past few years have been hard for most of us. I don't want to pull us back into the negative, but I think it's important that we acknowledge we've been through some hard times. The pandemic, the flood, the increasing complexity of our work, because the needs of our students are just really different than they were even 4 or 5 years ago. There's this societal churn that I know a lot of us feel and some division across our country. Some of us lack connection in our school community, and some of us lack trust. And on top of that, we are all human, and we all have our own personal and family situations that we are just tending to over time. Know that I see you, and I feel this for all of us. And while I might not know your specific situation, I do recognize we've all been through some hard things these last few years. Some of us have struggled well and continue to move through challenges in really healthy and productive ways. And others of us are just not there yet and still need some additional support. And I hope we can be that for one another. We need to be in this together. We are on the same team. Please know that we do not feel that we are your adversaries. It is not downtown versus you and your school. It is not school A versus school B. It's us together as a united district, a school team, a community, and we can really accomplish great things if we move forward together. And I want to partner with you in moving forward into that really bright space. So just imagine that bright space of connection and collaboration, open communication, optimism, hope, and possibility. It's probably not going to be perfect. It rarely is. We won't always agree on everything that we do together. We'll probably have some missteps because people and relationships and teaching and learning, leading and learning, it's all really complex. And it will require us to take some risks and to be vulnerable. I have a sticky note, like one of those bright pink ones, on the corner of my computer monitor. It even made the move to my new office. And I put it there probably 2 years ago after I listened to a podcast with Jerry Colonna. And it really made me think about my actions and how I show up in certain situations. The words on the Post-it note ask me a powerful question every day. It really calls me to ask myself. The Post-it note doesn't ask me anything. That was a little misplaced descriptor. Here's what it says. How am I complicit in maintaining the conditions I say I don't want? How am I complicit in maintaining the conditions I say I don't want? It's a daily reminder that I control my intentions, I control my actions, and my actions are making a difference in changing the conditions that I want. I want us to be together. How are my actions contributing to togetherness at Midland Public Schools? I ask you to consider that question for yourself and really embrace this path forward together with thoughtful action, deep care, patience, grace for our students, our families, for one another, and for yourself. Let's assume positive intent first. When you hear something that doesn't sit well with you, ask questions. Seek to understand before reaching judgment or a conclusion. This isn't about blind faith or toxic positivity or marginalizing people. It is about engaging with curiosity, with respect, with trust, and with courage. It's about moving forward together, holding ourselves and our colleagues and our students and families to the highest expectations in everything we do, because we believe we can achieve it together. Midland Public Schools is such a special place, and if I've said it probably 5 times today, I am so proud to serve as your superintendent this year. I am confident in our team's ability to do great work. As we begin this new chapter as a community, I ask you to join me in stepping forward together in the spirit of hope, collaboration, open communication, and yes, respect, trust, and courage. I wish you a wonderful launch to the school year, and may you see all the amazing possibilities ahead. Have a great year.